Hi, church family. It's Rebekah Owens, and today I'm going to bring you part 1 of a series of podcast episodes talking to you about our mission and vision as a church. If you are not part of Florence Methodist Church and you have chosen to tune in today, we are so excited that you are here, and I hope you will stay and listen. I know God has something that He wants you to hear today. Our church vision is, as God's people, we will unite with Him in transforming others into Spirit-filled disciples of Jesus Christ. And the way we want to achieve that mission of being God's people, uniting with Him and transforming others into Spirit-filled disciples of Jesus Christ is by connecting, loving, growing, and serving. Today, I would love to talk about serving. We as a church want to serve our neighbors through outreach and through action. But who are our neighbors? And how do we reach out to them? And in what ways are we supposed to take action? So let's answer the first question. Who is my neighbor? In Luke 10, as Jesus is preaching, someone asks Jesus that very question. Jesus' response is the story of the Good Samaritan. If you don't know this parable of Jesus, it goes something like this. A Jewish man is traveling towards Jericho, and on his way, unfortunately, he is attacked by bandits. He is beaten, he is robbed, and he's basically left on the side of the road to die. Now, as time passes, a priest passes by. The priest sees the man laying on the side of the road and decides he has better things to attend to and basically leaves him there to die. Later, a Levite passes by, sees this Jewish man laying on the side of the road, and same thing. He thinks to himself, I have better things to do. I don't have time for this. I can't be unclean, and leaves the man to die on the side of the road. Now more time passes by, and a Samaritan man comes and passes by and sees the Jewish man laying there on the side of the road, beaten and robbed. And it's important to know that this is a Samaritan man because the Samaritans and the Jews were enemies. And instead of passing on by, just like the others did, he actually decides to stop and help him. This Samaritan man goes up to this Jew. He tends his wounds. He puts him on his own donkey. He takes him to a nearby inn, and he pays for his medical care. Something that is totally unexpected of a Samaritan to give treatment like this to a Jew. Of course, we know that our neighbors are literally the people who live next to us. They're our friends and our family. But Jesus reminds us that our neighbors are also those that we do not get along with, people who we may view as an enemy, people who we may not even personally know. So we've answered the first question, who is our neighbor? But what about the second and third question? How can we reach out to our neighbors and how can we take action? As our topic today is service, there are so many ways that we can serve our neighbors. Something as simple as holding the door for someone, or something a little bit bigger, like maybe making food for a homeless shelter. Jesus said that we serve Him when we serve our community. In Matthew 25, Jesus tells us that when we feed the hungry, when we give drink to the thirsty, when we show hospitality to a stranger, clothe the naked, visit the sick or the imprisoned, not only are we doing it for Him, but it's as if we are doing it to Him. We can serve our church and our community by tithing or by volunteering to help with one of the many projects that we have going on at our church. One that we have coming around just this coming Saturday, April 5th, is our church workday. Now, by participating in the church workday, you're really helping your immediate neighbors. We're helping our church family, but we're also preparing as a church family to be able to reach out to the community. We're inviting people into the church, and we're also, sprucing up the place and making it look great and feel welcoming for the community groups that already use our church building. There's many of them. And when it comes to taking action, we can do all of these things. But the one thing that I feel like we constantly need to be reminded of is how prayer is a very powerful action that we can take. We can pray for our community leaders. Obviously, pray for your neighbors. Pray for those you don't know. Pray for the children in the schools. Pray for the teachers in the schools. Prayer is so powerful, and we never want to underestimate that. I just love how the Bible is such a great tool. Today, I am reminded that the Bible is our map and guide. I hope that these words have encouraged and inspired you today to think in your own life of how you can serve your neighbors. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.